Hi there, friends. Jeannie Shop here, Pathways Towards Literacy. And today it's Wednesday Wisdom. So I'm going to give you a little nugget of wisdom today. All right. So last week we talked about this idea of explicit instruction and lesson design because how well we teach equals how well they learn. So we have our learning target, we have our purpose, we have our learning target, we have our success criteria. Okay. But now what do I do? Well, friends, I got to break that down, right? I got to break that down into small little chunks. All right. So if my kids are going to read a text and they're going to analyze the text for the ideas of traditions and how traditions play a role into how people behave. Okay. Just making that up a little bit. So how do I back up the train? Well, first of all, I want to get them thinking about what the idea of a tradition is and have them spend some time on that, right? Activating that prior knowledge. But then I have to think, what do my kids have to be do on day one in order to read that text in day five so they can integrate and analyze a text for that capstone project? So day one, guess what I'm going to be doing, right? Day one is all about setting the stage for that culmination project in day five. And again, I'm going to remind you, friends, right? You don't wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to run 26 2-point miles. I'm going to run a marathon today and put on your shoes and get out the door and run this marathon. Nope, that's not how it works, right? You're going to say, I'm going to run a marathon and the marathon's in October. I got to have a 6-month training plan, right? So at 6 months, I begin training towards that marathon. It's the same thing with what we're doing in our class, right? And so we have to be thinking about, I am teaching them to deeply understand a text so they're able to come away with that old situational, that mental model. Now, it's a lot to break down on. I will get that next time. So what I want you to think about today is how are you breaking down your your learning target into small steps that you're going to bring the kids along and then integrate those standards as you go. Okay? Because that's what we're going to talk about next time. Have everybody a good night.